Welcome to Adoptees in 3, Connecting Mind, Heart, and Action. We get here, I'm going to start that over. Take two.
I was like, I was a mistake. How do I justify being on this planet? And then being put in this family where I don't feel like anybody, I was put in the wrong family. I was put in this family that has they don't connect to me.
And I had a lot of shame for a long time. I just felt like there was something unlovable and worthless and unwanted about me.
Sadly, using alcohol to escape reality created this fantasy world that almost led to my demise. It literally almost killed me, existentially and physically. And I used it as my sole coping mechanism.
You know, it hits us at various times. Like my birthday just shut down.
The biggest thing is the grief and feeling the sadness.
When I'm able to be more aware of what the triggers are and able to create a distance between me and an immediate reaction or response, I can then kind of de-escalate what's going on.
I had to acknowledge that not only was I relinquished, but that I struggled to attach to my family who raised me, that I had trouble trusting anybody, including myself, and that's all part of my story, right?
Hey, I hear you, 5-year-old part. What do you want to tell me, and how can I bring comfort and repair to where we can work this out? And how about adult self me handle it this time? Because you were too young to make that kind of choice. I let you off the hook now. And so that brings relief and understanding, I think, and more integration happening.
I remember my first conference when I was 20 years old, and I walked into this room for the first time full of, mostly Korean Americans, but full of Asian American adoptees who were at various points in their lives, and some were professors, one was a dentist, some were architects, and I remember thinking oh my gosh, this is what it could be.
But they did both tell me before they died that I was born of love, and that was meaningful, even though they were teenagers, even though they didn't stay together, even though they didn't stay connected to each other, that they really loved each other, and that they were sorry that they couldn't keep me. It really mattered. It really mattered. And that I was an accident perhaps, but I wasn't a mistake.
I wish I would have went to therapy earlier. I wish I would have started medication earlier, because when I look back on how active my nervous system was and how I was constantly living in a state of anxiety, yesing, people pleasing, it was a little unbearable. If I think about it sort of pre and post.
Knowing very basic things about myself are missing from my awareness, so I'm trying to search for those things now.
I don't know anyone that's had all the questions solved,
Yes,
it just opens up more questions, and at some point, how do you let go of the mystery that's still left? It's hard.
So there's all the action, and I do think that's a big part of my healing too. But taking pauses from the action, and because I can distract myself with the action, it can be healing, and I know I'm helping others, but then if I'm doing too much action, then I'm not pausing to feel my feelings.
As soon as I can be really kind to past versions of myself that didn't know the things that I know today.
And I think there's a term in the queer community called possibility model, and I really like that idea of a possibility model. This is one possibility for my future. This is one possibility for my future.
And eventually was able to get to recovery and find a lot of healing and find a lot of growth and find a place where I felt seen and heard, but I also got the opportunity to use my compassion and my sensitivity and all of that in a way to help other people.
I share my home life with another Chinese American. We cook a lot of Chinese food. I can throw in random Mandarin words and when I'm talking, and he understands. And it's like one of the first times that I feel like I'm not trying to be an educator to a partner of a culture that I already feel kind of incompetent in. And I think that also being with him and having this relationship with his family too, I think not only has brought Chineseness closer and like more like intimately into my life, but it also, I think, kind of like the adoptee world and these possibility models, I think it shows me or reaffirms that, yeah, there truly is no one way to be Chinese American.
I am much more conscious and aware of letting myself feel whatever I'm feeling when I feel it.
Please just be patient and hang in there, because I'm going to become my own loving inner parent.
Well, we'll all get stork tattoos if we ever do an adoptee connect.
Exactly.